Part 1 of 51 Tales by Lord Dunsany. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Thomas Copeland. 51 Tales by Lord Dunsany, Part 1. The Assignation. Fame, singing in the highways and trifling as she sang, with sordid adventurers, passed the poet by. And still the poet made for her little chaplets of song to deck her forehead in the courts of time. And still she wore instead the worthless garlands that boisterous citizens flung to her in the ways, made out of perishable things. And after a while, whenever these garlands died, the poet came to her with his chaplets of song. And still she laughed at him and wore the worthless wreaths, though they always died at evening. And one day in his bitterness the poet rebuked her, and said to her, "Lovely Fame, even in the highways and the byways you have not forborne to laugh and shout and jest with worthless men. And I have toiled for you and dreamed of you, and you mock me and pass me by." And Fame turned her back on him and walked away, but in departing, she looked over her shoulder and smiled at him as she had not smiled before, and, almost speaking in a whisper, said, "I will meet you in the graveyard at the back of the workhouse in 100 years. Karen leaned forward and rode. All things were one with his weariness. It was not with him a matter of years or of centuries, but of wide floods of time, and an old heaviness and a pain in the arms that had become for him part of the scheme that the gods had made, and was of a piece with eternity. If the gods had even sent him a contrary wind, it would have divided all time in his memory into 2 equal slabs. So grey were all things always where he was, that if any radiance lingered a moment among the dead on the face of such a queen, perhaps, as Cleopatra, his eyes could not have perceived it. It was strange that the dead nowadays were coming in such numbers. They were coming in thousands where they used to come in 50s. It was neither Karen's duty nor his wont to ponder in his grey soul why these things might be. Karen leaned forward and rode. Then no one came for a while. It was not usual for the gods to send no one down from earth for such a space, but the gods knew best.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?